Oh my goodness, they're all in here.
You want some coffee?
I do.
Let's go get some. I'm gonna take a break.
Well, there's just not enough time in the day, so we ended the last video. We got all the tarp down off the walls. Won't take but a second to get this plastic off, and we're gonna go ahead and start pulling some of these walls down. Whew. This one is a heavy wall. Oh shit. Okay, I got enough room here. There you go. It's one.
Yeah, you definitely do. You need 2 people doing stuff like this because one needs to brace the wall and stuff. Because if not, that's going to come falling down. And that's dangerous for someone to do it by themselves. You want me to get on that side?
That's why.
That's why you needed the base, right?
Because the whole wall collapses.
Right. We can move it around. The thing about this, guys, it can be depressing that this is happening, it can be. But it's really in the perspective. We can't finish it now, and we can't lose the value in the wood either. So we're gonna repurpose, we're gonna revamp, and we're gonna restart. But we're gonna salvage the wood and still use some of the wood. And
yep.
Until we can start building again and we have the money to at least get it closed in, we're not going to start again. But this way we're salvaging the wood. You have to give it a, you gotta, and this is something I tell my son, you have to be willing to roll with the punches and adapt and change how you're doing something if you want to achieve something else. So
some of this got too wet.
I think it's going to come now. Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah. See if it does.
I'll get over here in these centerpieces. Okay. No, looks like it is.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
The boards are coming off again.
You know, the next one I should be able to get to, but we already got stuff in our way here. And I've got to walk backwards.
Oh, that's heavy.
Oh, baby. Walk out to the end. And. Okay, and you should have plenty of room. Go ahead, put yours down.
Woo! That one was heavy. We got to do something to salvage what we can.
Yeah, and then we can cover this and keep it from getting wet again.
Yeah.
I don't think this is unusable. We'll just
But it's spongy, man.
We'll just have to pour some of that stuff on it.
Yeah.
I got to get the ladder. I got to screw up there.
Yeah.
That's right.
Let's take a coffee break.
Okay.
And then we'll come back. We got 3 walls down.
Yeah, and you know what?
What?
We'll just speed up the rest of it. Storm came through. I mean, this was the best we could do in short time, but we'll be reusing a lot of it. Some of that wood may be no good. I don't know. You know, I'm thinking, you know, these 2 boards here may not be any good anymore. They got wet. But you know, we'll see. You know, we'll see, because what we're gonna do is I'm gonna build myself another room over here, because what I was gonna do, our house right here, I was going to build a separate office building, but the way this is going, I'm going to turn this into my office building. And so I'm going to put another room on the outside of this, because I need 2 full offices. But, you know, what I'm thinking is I can do that, and we'll stay in the office until we can get this built. The one video you caught us, we were out in the chicken coop, and man, there were some rats out there. I did not know we had that kind of an issue. You know, I thought that the cats were getting taken care of, most of them. And, you know, if the chickens see a rat, well, it's over for it. But there was enough of them out there for concern. So we're going to make some traps. My idea is to put one of these traps in. Work with me here. One of these traps, have it covered with this, and then I'm going to use binder clips around the edges so it doesn't pop off so easy. And I think, we're going to put a little hole right here. So let's go ahead and get these made. And I might be making a mistake, but I don't think so. Not with 3. I think I can do all 3 holes at one time. They'll just be a little stepped up from, you know, one from the other. That should not be an issue. And that's I don't even know what size that is. It looks like about 1.5 inches. I think that it's a cheap one. It came with a door kit. It's the smallest one that I had that I knew where it was. Most of the ones I've been using lately are, you know, 4, 6 inch. But yeah, I think this is going to be ideal. See if I can set this without hurting myself. Getting my fingers here. Okay, so that's set. We'll have this over, and what I might do is I'm gonna put a piece of tape over the back side. Let's go get some tape. All right, good. And I don't want it to be on there real solid permanent, so that ought to work great. And it is chilly outside, so when this gets in the heat there in the chicken coop, and I'm putting one in the house. I wish I would have recorded the house activity last night. We had one get in the house, and man, that was a hoot and a half. I'm telling you, this is going to work great. We're going to test it too. I got me a piece of wood over here. We'll see how this is going to work. So get this reset up again. Traps there. We'll have this set. Locked in place. And I'm not going to put them on now, but like I said, I thought some of these binder clips, we'll try one just to see, I guess. I thought, yeah, that's perfect. I have enough here. I can put 4 on, maybe 1 on the side too. Hold everything down so the chickens cannot get to this. And they can stick their head in, but they're not going to get it in that far. My question was, do I have enough clearance on this lid to snap? That's what we're going to find out. Yes, we do. Yeah, that's going to work fine. Sorry, I had to step aside. That's why there's a little cut there. These traps look great. We're going to go ahead and get them set and put out. These traps we put together just a few minutes ago, We're gonna go ahead and put these in. Now I'm carrying an ash bucket with me too. A little trick that I had learned was in the wintertime, or really all year round if you have it available, putting some ash in there, wood ash in there for the chickens is good. They'll use a little bit of it as grit, and they'll take baths in it, and that'll get rid of the mites and all of that they're imposed to. So let me come on in here. Did we already feed them? Yeah, we fed them this afternoon. Yeah, come on, come on. There we go. We got an egg. You're good, buddy. Oh, no, there's none in here right now. They're all going to be hiding at daytime. Yeah, they're going to. But hopefully, they're going to leave it alone. And if they don't, we'll find out about that too. But they're down here along these walls, so we're just going to set that there, that there. I'm going to grab these eggs because number one thing that will get mice, snakes, and rats is leaving eggs, especially overnight. And they're just not laying in those boxes anymore. Now, the ducks never do. And it looks like he's starting to have issues with that leg again, so we may have to separate him if he doesn't get better in the next day or so. But like I said, this wood ash, we have a little dusting bin in the back for diatomaceous earth. We're just going to put some of this ash in here. And we'll give it all to them. All right, and like I said, chickens are going to go. They're going to investigate that. And they're checking those traps out, and you know, they may vibrate the box enough that it'll trip it, you know, the next day or two or three. But it's not going to be, you know, they'll eventually leave it alone. They'll get used to it. So I'm just going to keep putting them in that one same spot, and you know, they'll not mess with them after, you know, a couple days. But they're investigating it right now. Hopefully they won't get their heads in. We checked the traps in the chicken coop, and I didn't take the phone in with me because, well, I just thought there might be, you know, just in case a chicken got caught in there, I didn't want to put that on. But, you know, so my proof of concept, and I've kind of blurred out the actual rat so you can't see it, but I mean, that's a pretty decent sized rat. The trap worked great. So, you know, I recommend giving that a shot, especially if you have a place where you want to put a trap out and you don't want something to get to it. You know, like your animals or your birds. That seems to be a pretty good proof of concept. I'm going to go ahead and load them up again. And if we do happen to have a problem with it, I'll let you know. I will say the one that we had in the house, it triggered last night, but it missed. So, you know, I guess on my first night, 3 traps, you know, 33%. That's still a failing grade, but we're going to get better at it. I'm going to try and make the traps so that they're not as sensitive to the touch. You know, these next 2 days, we should be able to get a good bit done. You know, the problem on the you know, when you're trying to do a homestead or set it up, and, you know, and you have a regular, you know, I say 9 to 5 job. My job, I get up, I deal with international customers too. So I'm usually in the office about 5 in the morning, and I cut out in between 2 and 3 on most days. There's never really a lot of time in a day to get everything you need done, especially when you're trying to homestead and work and all of this. Down here, it just dawned on me, we got to get the chicken coop done too. We got to move the ducks out of the chicken coop and make them their own enclosure. So we'll probably be working on that tomorrow and getting that done as possible. As far as today is concerned, we are going to focus on getting as much of this firewood cut and more of this cleared as we can. Because, you know, like I say, about right in this area here where the string stops, that little piece of pink string where it stops is about where we want to bring the corn. And, you know, that's about, 300 feet by 30 feet wide. You know, so 900 square feet of corn. And that should give us enough to, put up some for ourselves and, reduce what we're buying for bird feed. See, this area is starting to grow, so we'll have to get the bush hog and come and start hitting some of this. But today we're going to work ourselves access to that tree right there, the one that's kind of split off. And it's a little bit over the line on the one part, but right here where it's at the line, we're going to get all this cut out and see if we can't start getting this processed.
We're still paying for the electric bill from Christmas time. So we went to all wood heat, and I bought this little camp stove off of Amazon. I just wanted to share this with you. They don't sponsor us or anything like that, but this has really helped me a lot. For as small as this is, it puts out a lot of heat. The one thing that I don't like is I can't get a good draw. See, when I open the door and there's logs, you get a big puff of smoke out. But, it has a nice chamber inside. It burns real well. I got to deal with a little smoke in here, but that's okay.
Now, and I'm sure if you have some equipment or, something like that, even if I had a front end loader on my tractor, I can make a lot of this work a whole lot easier. But as for now, we don't have that. So we're just going to keep marching along. I'm just looking over here and I noticed the neighbors have some chickens. I kind of hope we inspired them a little. It's great though. When it's cold, sometimes it takes us a minute, but once it started, it started. Almost fell. All right, that should be enough to let us get a chainsaw out in a minute. Oh, that can be right. How about that? Didn't even get that one. I thought I was just trucking through here. I don't know, I might do a little burn pile over here. At that root, it's probably where I'll pile all this from burn down here. Not crazy about the notion of burning down here, but I'll do it. Well, I guess we'll take that tree, and just start kind of cutting some of this up and taking out what we can. Well, definitely a change yesterday to today. We didn't get as much cutting done as we wanted to and clearing. Neighbor ended up coming over to the fence line, and I talked to him for a little too long, so I had to come up. But we're gonna go back down. We're gonna start clearing that up some more. Wasn't expecting any rain last night. I hate when my tools are left out. But here we are. Fuck. We've cleared up. We got to this tree here, and about 2 years ago, and if I can find the pictures, I'll throw them up. This tree fell over onto our neighbor's house. And what we did right over there in that corner, it was touching, and you can see it kind of damaged their gutter some, but we decided that we would be good neighbors, and we went and we cut everything back to about where the property line is. And last year, I was very busy with work. The beginning of this year, not so much. So we're going to take this opportunity to try and cut this and get this up for firewood. Oh, the storms last night were something special, I'll tell you. These spring storms, well, just the storms in general just seem like they've been so unusual lately. But we're coming out here. I want to check on the birds. Everybody seems to be fine. You know, that's one of the big things we have to do, and I didn't get out first thing this morning. Go on down some. I want to see how this one tree is down here. Tomorrow, Jennifer's going to call Alabama Power, see if we can get their tree crew to come out and cut this one tree down. I'll cut down a widowmaker if I have to, but boy, I don't like to. But yeah, the driveway's washed out worse. Checking all this. Okay. Well, I really don't see anything new down up here at the front. I was worried something might fall and break the fence between my neighbor here, the only side we have done. I was not wanting that to happen. But we'll walk up here. We're going to go up through the woods and see, because we know we heard some stuff falling last night. I kept us out in the one room is the strongest structure. I kept us in there till, oh gosh, about 1:30 last night when all the storms went through, and then we went on to bed. But it was a pretty long night. You know, it was like 60 degrees at midnight. And right now it's about 45. Yeah, you checking us out there, girl? I see you, ladies. I know this is a mess right now, but had we not got that down, it would have been a whole lot worse. It is very hard and frustrating when you're trying to do things without creating debt. It's like debt's the only way you can get ahead. But once you're in debt, you never get out. Well, that's one that fell right there. That pine tree. Ooh, that's going to be a fun one to get down. Guess we're going to have to get the tractor and the chain, because I'm not going in, under, or near that. These are all trees here they pushed over when we were getting the septic tank done. That was a year before last. So we're going to try and get those cut up here this year too. Those stumps burnt. I mean, boy, there is a lot of deadfall in here though. You know, some of it's old, but there's a lot of new deadfall. We had some wind gusts, you know, here on the hill that were over 50 miles an hour. It was unbelievable. Yeah, it's unreal. Huh. I see part of our neighbor's problem right here. Being a good neighbor is something. So, the neighbor I have that moved right there, they have an issue with water that's running. And I'm looking at some of the gullies and how the gullies are running. And this road, this old road right here, looks like it runs right down to the side there. So what I may do is I may talk to them. We'll see if we can't divert it so that it runs over that way and not in his building so much. Because right here, there's all that's going that way. So we'll try and be a good neighbor there and see if we can't divert this water. And we're almost up on the far back side. Now, the house that's up there was there when we moved in. I've never talked to that neighbor. But we're looking for more deadfall, and I don't see any large trees, anything that might have to move right away. I see that we will be able to have some fun with a lot of bonfires this year. And if you catch us on our other channel, even though we have all of these houses around us, we still have weird anomalies in this little 3-acre patch of woods here. We're going to keep walking. So I don't know exactly where that property line is. I need to find that. This is something we're going to do this year too, is put the back fence on here. But the trails, for the most part, I need to come get that for firewood. But the trails, for the most part, seem to be fine. There's a widowmaker up there. Oh, whoa. It's a widowmaker right there. See that one there? Uh-huh. Actually, I hope that's on this side of the line. Something about that area just seems so much cleaner and clearer than it was. Oh, geez, there's another. tree that needs to come down. I don't want to get too close. You see we still got gusty breezes today. I mean, nothing like last night. It reminded me of those old movies where you hear the wind howling, you know, ooh, coming on through there. But day after the storm, we had so much rain. It's so wet, there's really nothing I can do out here today. I wish there was. But, you know, everything that we need to do with the duck pond area, or the duck enclosure, the holding pond, we're going to have this rain dry up, or stop so the ground can dry up just a little bit. I can't move mud. But, you know, I think the weather's just on a cycle. You know, do I believe in the global warming or whatever they're saying with that? I mean, yeah, you're a fool not to believe it. But if you believe that we have a major impact on it, again, you're a fool. And I say that wholeheartedly. These cycles have gone on over and over and over again. And we might help speed it up a little. You know, and if that's our price to pay for progress, and that's our price to pay. But I really don't think that anything we can do can stop it or change the fact that it would happen. You want to change something like that, you got to talk to God.